Hey guys, okay, so we did it. We have hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for subscribing, for watching my videos. I enjoy this. It's a great way for me to have a break during the day. And so yes, if you don't know anything about YouTube, once you hit 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 hours of watch time, and anybody can do this at all. Like, I mean, we're talking about cat videos, personal videos, anybody can do this. Once you hit 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time per year, they will allow you to put ads on your videos. And that's how YouTubers make money. I don't really consider myself a YouTuber because this is not like where I'm pouring my life into. I enjoy it so much. I feel like I treat it kind of like a hobby and just, you know, we're girls, chit-chatting girls, talking to a friend, that kind of thing. I don't consider myself a YouTube, an influencer, a personality. I'm just a normal everyday girl, just like you guys, trying some makeup, telling you what I think about it, and that's it. And by the way, the title of the video is just a joke. I'm not like money hungry person. I'm just a normal girl, again, just like you guys. You got to have money to live, and I'm very thankful that YouTube is allowing me to have ads on my videos to generate a little bit of revenue to offset the makeup costs. So let's see. I meant to do this last Friday, by the way, and I apologize, but I have sick kids. They got my littlest one got sick on Thursday, was down Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He's finally feeling a little bit better today, so he should be able to go to school tomorrow. But then my second oldest, the next one up, second youngest, I guess I should say, she got sick with a fever, and so last night, and so she can't go to school today, and she probably won't go to school for the next couple of days, depending on how long the fever lasts. All right, so they're here right now. So if they start jiggling handles and screaming mama mama, that is a very real possibility. I apologize if that bothers you, but hey, life is life, and that's what we gotta deal with. Okay, so we are doing a drugstore extravaganza, and I've got a ton of drugstore products. Like my vanity is littered mostly with drugstore products. High-end stuff, I've got a few high-end things, but they're mostly have been gifts. Well, not mostly, a lot of them have been gifts. And speaking of which, I'm just going to mention this because I'm going to apply this because my lips are feeling dry. This is the Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie lip gloss. This one is in the shade Stylista. These are really good for my lips. They treat them so nice. Moisturize without making them too dry and more chapped and more chapped. Anyway, I've talked about that 1,000 times. So I had a lot of suggestions in my comments. So what we're gonna do is some drugstore stuff that I have already, and then a couple of new items. And we're just gonna do it. So let's just do it. Okay. Number one thing, you guys know I'm not a primer girl. So but I did want to try this. This is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I heard this is a gripping primer, so I wanted to try that. I've never tried a gripping primer at all, ever. And so anything that wants to grip my makeup and make it stay on, I'm all in favor of. So we're gonna try this today. Whoop. I'm thinking about doing a video, and I had this. It was one of my ideas for this celebration video was to do one drugstore item from every brand in the drugstore. And what I wanted to do was like walk through and have you guys go shopping with me and like walk through, pick item here, item there. But I don't know if I have to contact the store and see if they allow me to film and all that stuff. And I actually saw, oh my goodness, I tried to remember the name, but somebody had done something like that. And I can't remember her name. Anyway, so somebody that was in my recommended feed, she did a video like that as well, and that's exactly what I wanted this to be, but it just didn't work out, logistics and all that. So we're gonna do this today, and then on another video I'll probably do a video where I just talk about one, like my favorite product from each brand that's in the drugstore, and also we might do like one where we walk through and I pick out like a product that I haven't tried from each brand. Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna stop talking because we're already up to 5 minutes, and you guys know this is gonna be a long one. Just settle in, get a blanket, cup of coffee, whatever you got to do, and we'll get to it. Okay, so again, Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. Ooh, oh, it's so pretty. It's green. How cute. Okay, that's cute. All the mint stuff that came out in Oh yeah, it's real sticky. All the mint stuff that came out I was very intrigued by, but it just didn't seem very practical for me. This does not feel remarkably cooling. Because, I don't know, it was just a little too minty. Not very wearable for someone like me. Some of the eyeshadow crayons, though, looked really nice. I'm gonna get a little bit more. Just want to make sure I get it on all of my face. You do need kind of, you know, a decent pea-sized amount to get this to go all over your face. And I also, I'm gonna do 2 primers today, actually. I think I'm gonna try and get some of this up under my eye and see if that will help my under eye concealer to stay as well. I'll put all the specs in the description. I really will try, you guys. Okay, the next primer I'm going to use is the Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f. Again, I'm not a primer girl, so I got the 3-pack for about $10 from Walmart, and just so that I could try them. There's the Luminous Putty Primer, Matte Putty Primer, and Poreless Putty Primer. So I'm just gonna try this on my pores. I'm just gonna kind of pat it on I have very large open pores around my nose. I don't know if this is gonna be mattifying. I've got a few like right on the sides of my nose, underneath my eye, right in this area. But usually that's not the problem that I have. Usually the problem I have is right on my nose, especially like right here, this area. And I noticed the other day when I did that Bold Lips for Old Chicks video, that deep lip made this kind of blueness around my lip like really stand out. And so I'm trying to figure out a way, if you guys know any way to kind of get that a bit more covered up, put that in the description. Am I just gonna have to put a concealer on that? I might have to. Okay, so let's see. I have got 2 foundations that are drugstore, and forgive me, they're not in the original containers. I have the Wet n Wild Photofocus Dewy and the Profusion Feel Good Skin foundations. These are both good. Obviously this one's dewy. This one is shiny, but not as dewy as this one. So I am going to mix these together today, and that's what we'll put on for foundation today. If I can get anything to come out of this jar. Why did I think it was going to be a good idea to depot all my foundations? I don't know. But here we are dealing with it. And so that's the 2 of them. You can tell the Wet n Wild is much lighter than the Profusion, but I think mixed together that's going to be a good enough shade. I like both of them on their own. The Profusion one is actually really nice. A lot of people did really like that, but I actually really do like the Wet n Wild one as well. All right, we'll just get that on. Now, brushes, I feel like the best quality for the least amount of money is e.l.f. brushes, but also the any brushes that maybe you'll see, I don't know what they're called, like Equate Beauty, like the Walmart brand, are decent and are inexpensive. Do I have a foundation brush? Who knows? Oh, I do have a sponge. Oh, let's do sponge today. This is, I think it's called Precision Beauty Sponge. Found at Walmart. These are the best sponge that I have ever tried. I have not tried the actual Beauty Blender. And it comes in a 3 set. I don't know if they still sell them, but because I got them about probably a year ago, a year and a half ago. 3 set, 3 different sizes. But they don't fall apart. The Eco Tools one falls apart on me. The what's that one? Real Techniques one falls apart on me. Every other sponge that I have tried has fallen apart on me. So I do like this brand, and I'm not sure if it's the brand specifically or if it's the just the material that it's made of. And usually I would go over my eyes and stuff with this foundation, but I'm not gonna do that today because I'm trying a different technique. I'm gonna see if it's better for me just to only have the concealer on there to kind of, so I have less layers, you know what I mean? Now, if you don't have a ton of hyperpigmentation around your eyes, you could probably, you know, do both, and then you'll kind of, you can use less concealer because the foundation will have covered a lot of it. But I already have to use concealer anyway, so, and I usually have to use, you know, a decent amount, so. Okay, so let me just have an up close look and we'll see how that's looking on top of that primer. Looks good. Yeah, looks pretty decent. Around my nose is a little bit makeup-y though. Yeah, but look at, I don't know if you can see. You can still see all my pores right here, and that might be, you know, user error. I may not have put enough or pressed it in enough or whatever, so. I will say though that like this is not as dewy, and I'm surprised that it's not as dewy. The Wet n Wild foundation is way dewy, but it could be because of the Profusion foundation is not matte, but it's supposed to be long wearing, so that may be taking down some of the glow. All right, so let's go ahead and go on with concealer. From the drugstore, just a walk-in drugstore, some of this stuff, you know, you could get at Ulta and stuff, but just if you're just walking in like Walmart or whatever, if they have Wet n Wild, the Incognito is decent. And also this one, and I'm gonna have a separate video coming out on this concealer. This is the LA Colors Ultimate Cover Concealer. I got this at Five Below. This one actually was good, so that's kind of a spoiler alert, but I am gonna have a separate video on it just because there might be people that don't watch this video. And so I'm gonna put up that other video so people can just see that if they're just interested in the concealer. But what I'm going to actually do is just mix these two together because the LA Colors one, is it LA Colors? Yeah, LA Colors one is a bit dark, and I feel like I want it to be not so dark. And in fact, it also oxidizes, so it's really way dark. I'm going to put a little bit more of the Incognito. Okay, so let's just see how that goes. I'm gonna apply it to my eyelids as well, like I always do with concealer. This video is gonna be so long, I'm so sorry, you guys. I've got a couple of exciting things, so, you know, don't go anywhere. That the Profusion foundation has a perfumey scent, but the Photofocus Dewy has got a very chemically, it's trying to be perfumey, but it's just chemically, and it smells so bad, so I can really smell that right now. Okay, so I feel like that did a decent job. I think though what I will do is I would use my Essence Camouflage Plus Matte Concealer. Oh, and I meant to go get a mascara. Oh no, I didn't. My brain is going every which way, so I was gonna get a few more Essence products, but I forgot, but not because I forgot, but it's because I got something else to replace, to do a full, anyway, it's somebody else. There were so many requests, I can only do one of people's requests, but don't you worry. I mean, we're gonna try a ton of makeup on this channel, so don't you worry. I've got so many drugstore products. So I've got so much, like it's not as much as some people's, but for me it's like a lot. Okay, so One thing I will say, and this is not a drugstore powder, I'm going to use it today, but but I will talk about a couple of just powder products. There's a lot of different powders that I like. This one happens to be at this time my favorite is the AOA Studio Perfect Setting Powder. I don't know if it's perfect or perfect. This is about $1 on the AOA, or not AOA, the Shop Miss A website. So it's drugstore money, but you do have to order it online. This is the brightening shade. I like this because it's got a little bit of glow to it. But if you just can't bring yourself to order something online, I do like this one. This is the Translucent Sheer Envy Loose Powder from Hard Candy. Now, a couple videos back, maybe about a year ago, I tried this and I didn't like it at first. The first three or four times, and I was like, the fifth time, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try it again. And it actually worked that time. I don't know what happened, but it did work. So this one is nice, and I've used it several times since then, and it's been fine. So I don't know what happened. I guess, you know, things can change, but it's just so rare that I just don't try products that often, but I had it, you know what I'm saying? It was there, and I was like, I'll give you one more shot, and it worked out. So that's a good one if you need a drugstore powder. But today I'm going to use the AOA brightening, what is it called? The perfect setting powder. That Profusion foundation is like a long-lasting one, so I feel like I don't need as much powder today as I usually would, especially with that Wet n Wild super glowy, the Dewy foundation. Okay, so this is so exciting. Well, let's do brows first, and then after brows, we're gonna get into another new product, which is just very exciting. Okay, so for brows today, I've got the e.l.f. Instant Lip Brow Pencil. You guys know this is a favorite of mine. The shade is perfect. The only thing I don't like about this is that the pencil tip is a bit fat. So it's perfect for me because I'm just basically like wanting to shadow in the shape. And I'm not really looking to create like hair-like strokes or anything like that. I'm just looking to shadow in the shape and give myself a little bit more brow right up at the highest point because it's kind of thin right there. But I'm not looking to do like Instagram brows or caterpillar brows or, you know, block brow. So this is great for that. All right, here we go. This is so exciting. All right, I will say though that something's burning my eyes. It's probably, could be the concealer or the foundation. The powder's not bad. Could be the foundation though. All right, so today we are going to try out this lovely, very lovely palette. This is from Milani, and it is this face palette, all-inclusive eye, cheek, and face palette. Now somebody had mentioned this, and they had mentioned that they thought it was only going to be on the website. I found this at Walmart, at my actual store. So this might be the wrong one, who knows, but it is really beautiful. The shades are just really, really pretty. So we're gonna try this today. I'm gonna try every product in here, every single one, and we'll just see if we can get something cute. Okay, but honestly, this doesn't look too much different from this palette that I have, which is the Revolution Blush Golden Sugar 2 Rose Gold palette. And yeah, it looks really, really similar to bronzer shades though, which, you know, the eyeshadow ones in this. See how like the similarity there? So, but you know, we'll try it anyway. And I got this at TJ Maxx, by the way. All right, let's go ahead and start some eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and dip into this one, then I'll do this one and put that on the lid. Very simple. I have never tried a Milani eyeshadow. I've tried a bunch of Milani products, and I have a Milani, full face Milani video in my Full Face Friday playlist. If you're interested in my thoughts on a certain product, you can just search it's Holly and then the name of the product, and it should come up. These aren't ridiculously pigmented, so if you like that, then you will probably like this. I'm gonna get a different brush. Oh, by the way, Profusion has brushes as well. They just don't have a very wide selection, but e.l.f. has a ton of brushes and they're all very decently priced. I'm gonna use this Profusion brush, the pointed crease eyeshadow brush. And also, okay, this one has much more kick up than this one did. So it's a little bit more powdery than the other. Also, since I did talk about Five Below, if you have a Five Below near you and you go to it, they have a brush line called Chic Pro, and they have those are really good brushes for a really good price. This says it's all-inclusive, so I don't know if that means it's universal, but I feel like on a deeper skin tone, this probably wouldn't show up very well. And for someone like me that's very fair, it's fine, but it might be a little too warm. The shadows seem to be working fine. I'm going to take, ooh, girl, look at that. That's the shimmer. Ooh, that is pretty. But honestly, I feel these are shades that I always gravitate to, so this is nothing really that, you know, new and exciting. But woo, girl, look at that. Perfect color for today too. I've got this green shirt on and it's just, oh my, that is the most beautiful. Oh my goodness. I have other shades like this, but I feel like this one is way metallic, little bit glittery. Oh, it's looking so pretty. I'm gonna probably take, just gonna give you a swatch. This is a blush, but look at that. I don't know if I'd use that as a blush. That would be more of like, oh, maybe you could use that as a blush. And then this is the highlight shade. I don't think I could use that as a highlight. I would have to probably use the blush shade as the highlight, and then this one I could use as a eyeshadow, which I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a little bit of this in the front, just a tiny. Okay. Okay, that's really pretty. The only thing is like, what I might try to do is like get a little bit of that highlight shade, and I've tried to dust a tiny bit on my inner corner because I think it's just gonna be too golden for my inner corner highlight. All right, now I'm gonna take, this is the Morphe M506 brush. I'm gonna take a little bit of this right here. Just put it underneath my eye right here. The shadows are really nice. They're not overly pigmented. I don't think they're any better really, except for that shimmery, these shimmery shades are really good, but I think you could probably get a similar look from a eyeshadow palette like this Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air. They're not, Wet n Wild shadows are really good, so they're not any better, I would say, than something like that. I can't remember how much this was, but I know the Wet n Wild shadows are like $5 or so for a big old pan of them. So, all right, I am going to take this fluffy brush and I'm going to dip a tiny dab into that highlight shade. There, okay, that'll work. Okay, now I will say that like that concealer doesn't feel dry, but it's looking a little bit crusty dry underneath my eye right there. So, but I do have a little bit of eczema right there, and so that's something to take into consideration. It might not look that way on you if you don't have that problem. All right, we are going to try a new, and we'll finish up the face in just a second with the palette. This is the Colossal Mascara Waterproof Marvel. What is this? Just Marvel? Okay. Mascara from Maybelline. I don't know if this is a change of formula. I can't remember if I've done just the Colossal. I probably have. I've done all of them. But this is like, you know, whatever. I'm not into comic book stuff, so that doesn't matter to me. But I did want to try the mascara. So here's the brush. Okay, so I already don't like the brush. I should have known by the, just gonna make sure the brush is fully coated. The picture, should have known by that picture right there. We'll see. It might work. I don't see a lot of product being caked onto the brush, but I do feel like this is probably going to be a little bit clumpy. We'll see. Here we go. Look at those eyes. Looking decent. I'm getting length. But, I mean, I don't know if you can see, I am getting some clumps. But they are cleaning up decently. This one seems okay. All right, well, seems okay. It's fine. I do feel like I kind of like the Sky High a little bit better. It's decent. Very decent. I might do a Mascara Monday on this too, just in case people don't care to watch this video. That way we can just get our thoughts on that mascara as well. Okay, but I will say that I do really like these three mascaras from the drugstore. This is the e.l.f. Lash It Loud, really good. The CoverGirl Lash Blast Clean is very nice if you have very sensitive eyes. It's not like the craziest, most bold mascara, but it is good, and especially if you have sensitive eyes, this treats your eyes really nice. And of course the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High. Again, these are tubing mascaras, so they are good for if you have sensitive eyes as well. Okay, what's next? Okay, let's do some cheeks. We are almost done. I'm sorry if this, oh, it's so long. It's 30 minutes long already. I am so sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna just try the matte blush. Okay, nice. Not overly pigmented. Doesn't seem fully matte though, which I don't know how that's possible. Yeah, it's not overly pigmented. I was gonna use that bronzer, wasn't I? I don't think I will. It'll just take too much time. But I'll give you a swatch of it in just a second. And I think I'll take the blush, the shimmery blush, and put that just right over top, just so we can kind of get the highlighty effect. Okay, my nose is so itchy today. Allergies, ladies. All right, let me give you a swatch of that bronzer. Oh, it's really orange. I don't think that's gonna work for me. Yeah, oh, that's gonna be way orange on me. Okay, so I don't know if I would use that, but I would use it as an eyeshadow, especially since I already have the palette. Okay, last thing is lips, And I will talk about also a liner. I'm not going to put it on today because it's going to be just too much. But this Profusion Cosmetics Wing It Superfine Eyeliner in black is an excellent felt tip like liquid liner. Glides really well. It is a felt tip, but it glides like butter. I mean, it's just so good. The only thing I don't like is that this doesn't fully matte down, so it is a little bit shiny when it's on your eye. But it gives you the finest line of your life. It's so good. It's long lasting, and the tip just glides. Okay, last thing, lips. This is the Stay Satin Liquid Lip Color in the shade Psych from Rimmel. This has been a favorite for a while. I like the shade and I like the formula. I'm gonna dab off a little bit of and the shade is Psych. I love the shade of it. It is not super long lasting, but it lasts decently and I love the color. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of my little YouTube family, my 1,000 subscriber celebration video. Couldn't do it without you guys. Couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to thumbs up, like this video, subscribe, ding my bell, leave a comment, and I'll see you next one.